Hey guys, it's Carnivore Kip. So within the past month, I've received some not so good news from my doctor, and I wanted to share some of that with y'all. But also, I want to share some good news with you guys too, because I don't want to be a downer or anything like that. And I have so much good news on my carnivore journey to share with you guys as well. So let's get into that right now. So to start with, I got a new doctor because my current doctor was in a really bad car wreck and they've been out for a while. And so I've been having to see a new doctor, and he's a nice guy, and I've been able to tell him, you know, how I've lost a bunch of weight as a carnivore, and how my, you know, I've reversed type 2 diabetes. My, you know, cholesterol numbers actually went down. I thought they would go up. They've actually came down. My testosterone has been going up. My vitamin D's went up a little bit, but I have been taking vitamin D3 with K2 every day now to try to get it to come up a little bit more, as well as nothing beats sunlight. So getting outside, soaking up some sun. But anyway, the bad news is my doctor, because even as a carnivore, my blood pressure is still too high. And I know what you're all gonna say, well, you have weight to lose. That's true. I do have a lot of weight to lose still. I'd like to get down somewhere between 250, 275 pounds. That's the end goal. If I get lower than that, that's a blessing, but 250 to 275, anywhere in there, I'd be thrilled. Trust me, I'd be super happy. And I'm 6'4", for you guys that don't know. But anyway, my blood pressure has been too high, so he decided, and he asked me if he could because the only medicine that I take is lisinopril, which is a blood pressure medicine, and I was taking 10 milligrams a day. For the past month or so, I've been taking 20 milligrams a day to try to get those numbers down. When I was at the doctor's office, you know, my numbers were like 160 something or 150 something over 80 something. So I've been checking my blood pressure, you know, the past few weeks pretty regular, and my numbers have been like 141 over 77, 140 over, you know, 73, different numbers like that. It's basically in the high 130s and the low 140s down to the bottom number's always been in the 70s. Well, it used to be like over 90. So it's not as high as it was, but I know that I feel like the answer is to lose more weight. So I've got to get more serious with that. I've been serious, but there's times where I've gotten sidetracked, you know, like when I went off plan and, you know, put on some weight and got up to 410 pounds. And, you know, someone called me out the other day, and they were like, and they, trust me, they know who they are, that they said that, you know, you teetering back and forth. And honestly, it's true. Like, the scale's been bouncing around in the 390s recently, and it's been going 392 or 4, 396, 394, 398, 394, and it's been going back and forth, and it's annoying. And, you know, I've got to overcome these things to get this weight off. So I am going to start doing weigh-ins again, and I hope that they do them too. I'm not saying that they got to make videos, but they email me all the time, so then they'll let me know how many pounds they losing. Yeah, I'm calling you out too. You gotta Let me know if you're losing any weight, and let's see how things are going. But I told y'all that my blood pressure's high, so I'm not necessarily in panic mode, but I got to get a handle on my weight. You know, I was right at 500 pounds, get down to under 400 pounds, and then, you know, do this right here. I've got to get past that. But I'm not giving up on carnivore. By the way, check out this shirt that somebody bought me. Carnivore, the proper human diet. I think this shirt's super cool. They actually sent me like 5 or 6 shirts. And so that is some good news, is a couple of the shirts that they bought me were actually 3X tall shirts. And guys, I was wearing 5X and 6X shirts before I started carnivore. And that's the first time I've been up. This is a 3X tall shirt. This is the first time I've been able to wear a 3X shirt in I don't even know how many years. And I have no clue how long it's been since I've been able to wear a 3X shirt, because it's a long time ago. And so, like literally probably a teenager. And so I just think that that's amazing that happened, and the 3X shirt fit me. Now the 4X ones, I can still wear them too. They're just a little loose. I'm still gonna wear them, but I just think it's so cool that has happened. And some more good news. I've been hunting 4 times since hunting season started, and I have seen deer 3 out of the 4 days. They've all been does. I hadn't been able to shoot does because the first 10 days of hunting season is buck only, and then you can start hunting does. So I'm hoping this weekend I can get me some doe meat, because I just need some good carnivore meat. Right now I'm just having to eat, you know, carnivore hot dogs and hamburger meat and, you know, steak and stuff like that. But it would be cool to get some deer meat. So hopefully I can have some luck with that once I can actually shoot does. I'll take a buck too if he walks out, but them bucks are slick. Some more good news is that I've been working through the cravings that I had after going off plan. That first week back on plan was like, it was tough, because I was thinking, man, you could have this, you could have that, you could have this, you could have that. You know, remember how good that tastes? But I'm working through that. You know, I was watching Bella from Steak and Butter Gal. I was watching her video that somebody emailed it to me, and I was listening to some of that today. And she was talking about, you know, people struggling with carnivore and reasons that they struggle. And the number 2 reason, it really hit home with me, because she was talking about how, you know, we try to be disciplined, but what about the times that just discipline isn't enough? And I was like, okay, I try to be disciplined. I try to, you know, feel like I got it under control and I got this and I can do it, and, you know, I'm gonna hang tough. But what about moments of weakness and times like that? And she said, you know, it could be as simple as, you know, having a picture of your why, having something, write down your why every morning if you have to. Some people put it on the wall in their house, all these different things. And I was like, you know, I got a picture of my daughter on my phone that whenever I touch my phone, a picture of her shows up. And you guys know that have been following me for a long time. Whenever she was like 9 months old, I was so miserable I couldn't do anything with her hardly. I mean, I could hold her, but I couldn't do much else. And so I tried this bizarre thing called carnivore and fell in love with it and realized it's the proper human diet. And so all that stemmed from the pain. All this is because of the pain I was in. And I'm glad to be on this journey, but I still have a long ways to go, guys. And I'm thankful that I'm not the only one that has struggled. Hold on, I'm checking my mail. I'm thankful that I'm not the only one that has struggled, because sometimes I felt like, man, why is it so hard for you? Why is it harder for you than everybody else? But when I watch these other creators' videos and when I see other people in my comment section, I'm like, it really ain't just me. There's so many of y'all that struggle, that have to grind every day to stay on plan, to reach your goals, all that stuff. You know, like today I'm out here walking, but I tell you, the couch was comfy. I could have stayed on the couch, but I'm never gonna reach my goals on the couch. And that goes back to, I was watching a hunting video the other day, because I'm this new enjoying hunting. You know, this is my first year hunting, my childhood dream, something I've wanted to do forever. My parents couldn't afford it, so I'm getting to do it now. And you know, I feel blessed. I could almost cry every time I get to go in the woods and get to sit there and hunt, because I never got to do it. But I was watching a video and these people were talking about, man, how you gonna kill a deer? How you gonna kill a deer? And he said, man, you just gotta go hunting. And they were like, what do you mean? He said, you ain't never gonna kill a deer sitting on the couch. You know, that's one way that you will never kill a deer, is sitting on the couch. And I was like, that's true. But that's true with everything else too. Whatever goal I have in life, I'm not gonna reach that goal sitting on the couch. I'm not gonna reach a goal to lose the weight just sitting on the couch, or to be active and walking with my family. It's not gonna happen just sitting on the couch. You know, I was at a t-ball game with my wife and my daughter a couple days ago, because my daughter's got two little cousins. They are 4 and 5, I believe. No, 4 and 6, and they both play t-ball. And we were at the t-ball games, and my daughter was running around, and I was following her, and I was up walking behind her and all this other stuff. And I was like, dude, 2 years ago you'd have been complaining so hard or so much that you wouldn't even hardly want to be out here doing this. You'd be like, oh, it's too hot, my back hurts too bad, I can't do it. And so those small little things, that motivates me to keep going. And I was thinking about how I didn't have that when I was a kid. That's the straight up truth. Like, I remember having to beg to try to play a sport. Beg. Because my family was so busy doing other things. That kind of stuff wasn't a priority. Even when I went to college, I love my daddy to death, but he tried to talk me out of that. He was like, man, why don't you just go get a job? Why don't you just go get a job like everybody else, like what I do? Because he always worked with his hands or whatever. And I had to push myself to do those things. And, you know, and it's gonna be the same way in life. If you're wanting to achieve something, sometimes nobody's gonna push you but you. You have to do it anyway, regardless of what other people are doing. Whenever I see athletes and stuff, and they're reaching their goals and stuff, they don't always have people pushing them, or sometimes they're out walking when they don't want to, or exercising when they don't want to, and doing all these things whenever they don't want to. And that just resonates with me. But now I will say this, all the things that I didn't get growing up, I want to make sure that Abigail gets those things. I want to be at the baseball game or the softball game, be at the basketball game, be at the soccer game, and push her and motivate her. Hey, why don't you read this book? Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Instead of just letting the focus be you know, let's just eat and let's just survive. I want more for my family. I want to give Abigail way more than I ever had. But thank you guys for going with me on this walk. It helps me to go out and walk whenever I have somebody to talk to, because nobody else is out here with me. So thank you guys for being with me on the journey. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully I get a deer soon. I'm super pumped about that. And look, I love all you guys. Thank y'all for all y'all do for me. Love from me, Mackenzie, and Abigail. God bless y'all. See y'all in the next video. God bless.